Hello, beautiful people. Once again, it's time for VAR Sports Extra. If and when you see me seated, you know it's time to talk football. Yes, what's going on in the African continent? What's trending in Ghanaian football? Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back to give you my gist and bulletin for today. Welcome back from a commercial break. I hear some boys today they bleed. Which boys do they bleed? It be the boys who them from Spain, the Catalan side. Yes, it be them where they know if you win Champions League match. But if I go talk right now, problem go come. Make I don't talk much. I get some super talented agents with me. He be in the scout with Nazar. Yes, he did the studios inside. Brother Richard. Welcome back to Studios 2 Television. The way you the scout players give Nazar, where you bring Ronaldo and things. I get some boy for Alaju, the boy they play ball. You know how we do one for Black Star. If you say you get some player and all, they say go bring and come. That be how I go make you move the boy go the Saudi Pro League for me.
No problem.
Zlatan,
Senior.
ever present, ever ready.
Ever ready.
Welcome to Studios 2 Television.
Thank you. We are here again.
Very, very necessary. We give thanks to the Almighty. Once again, we have life.
Amen.
You see, any issue cry on but no munim say na ne boarding. Let's jump into conclusion. Many a times there are things going on in the world of football where it burst my mind. But today I pick one very player where I would like to talk about them. Which player they talk about? That be Reece James. This season has not gone very well for the Chelsea captain. And they feel say they dodge the surgery. But then as things stand now, the surgery has to happen. 3 months to the sideline due to hamstring injury. This hamstring injury will be reoccurring. Most of the Chelsea faithfuls have been calling Reece James and alerting him to go have a surgery once and for all. I don't know what it is stop him. I feel say the love for the team, the love for the game, they make it, they contemplate the surgery. But then as things stand now, in less than 6 months, this same hamstring injury will reoccur more than 3 times. Zlatan,
Senior.
Don't you think it's time Reece James has a surgery?
It's time. It's even late. Because if you're contemplating and still in dilemma about whether to have the surgery or not, it has been happening over and ever, at the same place, reoccurring. So I think it is time the guy just go for the surgery. Because if you really love Chelsea, you want to play, you want to be a club legend like Terry, you want to be a club legend like Lampard, you have to have the surgery to be fit again. We saw him how he played against Manchester United in the second half. We saw that he was tired. This guy was not fit, but he came on. We saw how Garnacho was dazzling with him on the sidelines. And it shows clearly that he has the potentials of being one of the best defenders in the EPL. But injury is not giving him that nod ahead of maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold. This guy is a guy, when Chelsea were winning the Champions League just recently, he was very, very instrumental. Putting that aside, he has the physical strength which Trent Alexander-Arnold lacks. So I think he's one player who needs to focus on football. Focusing on football, in my words, means that he has to focus on the health part of it. Go have the surgery, be fit for the club and deliver. Because we know Reece James, very fantastic when he's defending. Very fantastic, very, very productive ahead. Whenever he's pushing forward, he's very, very productive for his club. The only thing that is, putting Reece James behind for now for Trent Alexander-Arnold to enjoy all the liberty of being the best fullback in the EPL is because Reece James is injured. So
because Reece James is injured. Let's hold that thought. Brother Richard, Reece James, reoccurring hamstring injury.
When I hear say he said no go take, go do the surgery. The surgery. I was like, whoa. I think we have an African players in our team that maybe they are encouraging him to go to Nigeria or Ghana to
seek local remedy.
Because Dr. Amuzu, maybe a doctor.
No, because said I call you placenta no.
Because apart from that, there's nothing you can do about it. Only surgery where it could help you, make you improve your career, and moreover, they give you how do you call it, the captain band. It means that you need to improve yourself so that your team also know.
Of course, leadership.
Follow your footsteps. So if you say you don't go, how do they call it? Do the surgery, that means we have to sell you.
Yeah, you're letting the team down.
We replace you to maybe someone who is serious and
there's Tuchel on the bench, there's Malo on the bench. So there's a certain Ian Martin on the bench. It's perfect replacement.
Yeah. So if you think maybe the surgery will not help you, just go and let's replace you. So we have a lot of players who are willing to. No, a lot.
But for the foreseeable future, as it stands now, 3 months on the sideline, do you think his season is over?
It's not over if
you are coming back. He's coming back in February,
and then you go back in December.
So February, March, April, May, he has less than 2 months to play active Premiership football again. And he might as well call the season over.
Maybe there's one of the best teams in the Europe who are willing to know.
There's Real Madrid. There's Real Madrid who have always admired Reece James. Reece James, when he's playing, he's the best right back in the world.
So he's trying to dodge the surgery systems and all that. So that
Reece James, when he's playing, he's the best right back. Arguably the best right back in the world.
I really like that word. Arguably.
Yes, of course. When he's playing, not when he's fighting little demons.
Because of this injury-prone, reoccurring hamstring, I think it will let Real Madrid they'll
back out.
I'm even sure he's not injured. He's just.
What do you think his problem is?
He just pretending.
I mean, a team captain, when your team is going through shadows, you pretend you're injured.
When you don't care about the team, it doesn't matter.
Everybody knows Reece James is Chelsea at heart.
Boy. Reece James cares about Chelsea.
Listen. It takes one day to have love for the team, and it takes another one day
to lose. It's understandable.
So there's no need for you.
Okay, understandable. Let's move away from the camp of Chelsea and go to Nigeria. Nigeria this week is a good week for Nigerian football. Asisat Oshoala, 6 times African women's best player. 6 times. Competition be anyhow. I'm sure her favorite song is Davido's No Compete. It's fantastic how this player remembers me of a certain Abedi Ayew Pele. She's fantastic on and off the ball. I mean, if you take her character away from football and some charity work she's been doing across the African continent, I really appreciate that player. And she plays for Barcelona FC. That is what even makes it more interesting. Winning laurels with Barcelona, topping chart as their top goal scorer, Asisat Oshoala. It doesn't get any better than this. If you want one of the finest women football in the world, you look no other way than Asisat Oshoala. Then from there we come to the camp of Victor Osimhen. I think there's some politics going on in Napoli that is not helping his campaign this season. But whatever be the case, Victor Osimhen, African men's best footballer of the year 2022. What is happening? What is happening in the camp of Napoli? There are a whole lot of talks about him signing a new contract, another talks ongoing of him leaving Napoli. But then let's not delve into that yet. Let's look at Victor Osimhen, African best player for the year 2023. Victor Osimhen, was he the best African player for the year 2023?
Yeah, he was. Someone who played for the
Napoli team. Yeah.
Napoli team who won the the Premier League.
The Italian Scudetto.
Yeah, the league. Very easy. Because Napoli was very, very struggling when they bought him.
Of course. And easily he was their top scorer.
Yes. And then when you come to the Champions League, he was also
very, very instrumental for them. Yes. Until his injury, they were headed to the final.
Yeah, the third best scorer, I think so. So he deserved it. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think will compete?
If you're asking me, I would easily go for Mohamed Kudus. Don't say because I'm Ghanaian.
No.
He put up a fantastic campaign too.
No, because you are a Ghanaian. Where? I asked.
No. Where was that campaign? Let's ask him. Where was that campaign?
We saw Kudus at the World Cup. We didn't see Osimhen at the World Cup.
Where did Kudus got in the World Cup?
Where?
If you say where did he get in the World Cup, where did some of the top players that were playing in the World Cup also go?
I would have even choose money over.
How many goals does Victor Osimhen have at the World Cup?
This is your question, but
no.
Can I get in with my?
No, let him land.
He deserves it because I was thinking of money.
Definitely.
Who won?
I mean, then he left to Germany, then things didn't turn out well, then he left to Saudi Arabia.
I think maybe Manu would have competed, but who else?
Maybe Mohamed Salah.
He didn't win anything.
I mean, you see, that is the
problem.
problem. We don't always have to win something before we tend to be the best player the year under review.
But when you say that, you are wrong, because we always focus on
what you have won.
What you win.
But that is where the problem is with this.
And then you have to tell the board to change it, because that's what they look at when they want to.
Okay, enough about Victor Osimhen. Let's move to Asisat Oshoala. Fantastic women's best footballer by all standard.
Yeah, well, I was thinking this girl should have competed with her, but how do you call it? Reece James' sister.
Lauren James.
Very, very good. But that was Africa. Sorry. There's no one. He was the best. Best of the best.
Ladies and the Hazakes ladies who beg to differ. Mamelodi Sundowns ladies who beg to differ.
No, he was the best. Because he scores very, very wicked goals. Sometimes I watch him at Barcelona, I was like, Obana Kiki boy. That's Obana Kiki. Because I was, hey! Wow. He deserves it. Yeah. She deserves it.
Who that what?
She deserves it.
Zlatan. Senior.
Asisat Oshoala, Victor Osimhen.
So
making Nigeria proud.
Okay, I'll first start with Asisat Oshoala. Since 2000, Nigeria have been dominating 6 times. Best women on the continent, dominating. It seems there are no women on the continent, but they are. And one thing that baffles me, that where are our Ghanaian women? The last time a Ghanaian lady won the best, CAF best women player on the continent was Adwabayo in 2003. Before that, 2002 was Alberta Saki. So you could see the dominance of the Ghanaian women. Bibini Baya Santuafo, waging in 2002 Alberta Saki. 2003 Adwabayo G and one. Your players no Hazakes. You need iPhones. So just check the timeline. Since then, the Nigerians, they have over 3 people. Cynthia Uwak won it 2. Perpetua Nkocha 4 times, and then Asisat Oshoala 6 times. From 2001 to 2023. You get one women from different countries like Tembi Katlani to win.
Of course.
You ask yourself, what's the problem? It is because the Nigerians knows how to put their players out there. Ask yourself, how is it possible that Asisat Oshoala got the link from Nigeria to FC Barcelona feminine team? The talent, the length, the agencies are working for them, especially when it comes to their women's side. And we shouldn't forget that they have this fine lady at Atletico de Madrid, also in the Spanish Premier La Liga, the women's own. Rashidat Ajibade, also a Nigerian. They are all playing top level football. Evelyn Badumono, Ibiano, Serbia, Champions League, Scandinavia, or what not, or TikTok. Instead of to struggle, to toil and play to hit the Real Madrid's market, to hit Manchester City's market. No, ne some care, Mwabe Bobo or Chelsea, or could do Serbia, no, your iPhone, no, your TikTok, no, you say what blue, no, Jatu. So I think there was no competition for Oshoala. 27 goals for FC Barcelona feminine side last year was very fantastic. He helped them in their glories and their triumph in the league. They are just unbeaten. I don't understand Africans, our boards and the CAF, the people and the members who coordinate this award. What is the criteria? It seems whenever our players move from Europe to Saudi, we just leave them. Say Europe, funny Ronaldo, we just take them out of, glories. No. When you are in Saudi, it is perceived that you are there for money. Retirement. Because one thing that we are not taking into consideration is that last season, Riyad Mahrez was instrumental for Pep Guardiola's treble-winning team.
Of course.
The Champions League, the EPL, and also they won a cup trophy in England. Treble. What did Mo Salah? What was the main component of Mo Salah in the Liverpool team last season? For him to deserve being part of even the nominees, the first 3.
About Liverpool.
Where Manchester City? Where Samsung Jail? Champions League.
He was even the goal scorer. Because Son, there were 3 best players were in the Premier League, so he should have been in the nominees.
It makes me feel like, is it because Riyad Mahrez is now in Saudi Arabia? But this performance was about last year, and last year he won the treble. But Osimhen even if Riyad Mahrez will not take it because Osimhen was able to do something, to break the chains that was unbreakable for the city of Naples. So we give him the CAF awards at least. Hannah Riyad Mahrez with a nomination in the first 3.
I say Vinicius in same.
Now the Mo Salah. The dream one in here.
Well, that speaks volumes of how we run our football here in Africa. Because personally, if you'd ask me, Riyad Mahrez deserves a plate. It deserves a seat at that very table. So let's move away from the whole African best African player debacle and move to Champions League football. Newcastle, English hope, Manchester United have all crashed out of the Champions League. But before I proceed, let me drop some Champions League results for you. Copenhagen 1, Galatasaray 0. Manchester United 0. Bayern Munich 1. RC Lens 2, Sevilla 1. Sevilla Nkoye. Just say Europa Necrabom. PSV 1, Arsenal 1. Napoli 2, Braga 0. Union Berlin 2. Real Madrid 3. Inter Milan 0. Real Sociedad 0. Investors are bleeding. Salzburg 1, Benfica 3. Atletico de Madrid 2, Lazio 0. Celtic 2, Feyenoord 1. Borussia Dortmund 1, PSG 1. Newcastle 1, AC Milan 2. Red Star Belgrade 2, Manchester City 3. RB Leipzig 2, Young Boys 1. FC Porto 5. Shakhtar Donetsk 3. Royal Antwerp 3. Barcelona 2 is how I end the Champions League results over the week. Champions League, your top performance and your shocker, Bra Richardo.
I would have, Real Madrid was the best.
Top performance.
1 straight.
No libi, no laba.
No draw, no nothing. I think they just conceded a little goals.
And your worst performance on that very week?
My worst performance, I will not choose Manchester. Never. Because we all know
it was expected.
Yeah. But Newcastle started very well. I don't know what happened, and then
it's complacency.
Yeah, because
they
you
are beating Chelsea. They are beating Chelsea. They are beating Manchester United.
No. You shouldn't forget they are playing without their vital key players.
What do you call it?
You see, I keep telling you that is not an excuse for
it's
a football
an excuse
club.
For Newcastle, not in the EPL but in the Champions League.
No, Newcastle are not close to the Champions League. That is what you fail to remember.
For some time now, you never tasted. You are playing against AC Milan.
So you should have given it to someone who.
Don't even go there. Okay, so this is what happened. You end the season knowing you have qualified for Champions League football. You enter the market. You have to buy Champions League materials. Even if you have injuries along the way, I won't blame you because injuries are not predictable. You have injuries, but you don't have enough quality Champions League materials, so you don't have to be there. Where the big boys are playing, you want to be there, but you don't have the big boy materials. You want to chill and bam with the big boys, but for the coke, I bet see wet table nisun. You want to chill and bam with the big boy, and Hennessy see how. Now we shake okay.
Grandmaster, to be frank, the way they give vibes of this Hennessy the Bukeke, you be senior.
So Newcastle, personally, I felt Newcastle are out. Erik Ten Hag and Manchester United are also out. Brian Shadow, quickly, were you expecting Manchester United to be kicked out of the Champions League group?
Everyone on me. Everyone is expecting Manchester to be kicked out.
Who that thought? Zlatan,
Senior.
are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
You are also not surprised at all.
And
then it looks like I'm the only one who is shocked.
You are lying.
Oh no, I'm not lying. I'm sitting.
Actually, to be frank, I want to say the truth.
Say the truth.
I'm surprised.
Of course.
I have to eat my own words because this was a team that we saw them making moves and promising last season, and they
of course,
Chairman.
Last season they won the trophy.
Where? Of course.
Last season they won the trophy. Casemiro came in and everything changed. Rashford will score and do this. So we expected them that.
So
we expected them say in the new season, in the Champions League, in a group of Galatasaray, take Copenhagen, and then Bayern Munich. Open 2 clubs say so qualifier.
Yeah.
So it was shocking, and it all boils down.
But the surprise package of that group was Copenhagen.
Yes,
One French
and now they are in the round of 60. They should come. They are boys. They should move closer. We are waiting for them. Read the Catalans.
Shocker of that group. So we move away from Champions League football and we do some transfer news that is looming. Victor Osimhen. Osimhen. Okay, so this is what I have here. Victor Osimhen new deal at Napoli will include huge salary rise. Nigerian striker is going to be one of the best paid players in the history of the club. New deal will be valid until June 2026. 1 more year as reported yesterday. Release clause already valid in 2024. Victor Osimhen, Zlatan.
Boss.
Mr. De Laurentiis, Napoli CEO, Nenumi Enede.
Yeah.
I remember something he said, Osi, go and ask Chelsea what we did with the Kalidou Koulibaly deal. Even it's a player like I can't 6 months for contract, it's over turn aboarding. Napoli in a turn no. Victor Osimhen, is it the right time to move or you think he should extend his contract?
I mean, it's even kind of, it's not late, but it is the right time for him to move. He shouldn't stay, not even for 2 years anymore. You should forget about the transfer, the contract extension 2026, release clause in 2024. You should think about what happened to Kalidou Koulibaly. De Laurentiis is one of the team owners who can frustrate
schema
until you are,
out of you.
Just look at the time he allowed Koulibaly to move. When Koulibaly was at his peak around 26, 25, Manchester City were following this guy. When you come, De Laurentiis Becker say, release clause, you are PGM, it's first Cabra. And this is the time I say, Osimhen should let Napoli know that he was their top goal scorer. He deserves everything that he wants. It is either he's moving, and I think it is the best decision for him to move. If he wants to be classified as one of the best players in Europe, it is not again in Napoli. He has to advance to the bigger clubs.
Why
you have to leave the stage when the applause is high. And so free honor. But except of force move to a club. I bet one force move not to De Laurentiis. Agent same say 2027 no Osimhen that's what it was.
As it stands now, if you were to sit at the round table with Osimhen in the agent, which club would you advise Osimhen to move to?
Frankly speaking, yesterday I was thinking about it and I thought Real Madrid are eager to get Erling Haaland from Manchester City because Manchester City, the loopholes, it is now exposing them gradually. And Guardiola is on the verge of leaving. Bernardo Silva always talking about when I leave. De Bruyne is not fit. Gundogan left. So you can see the breakages in the City team. So if it is breaking, it means Haaland has no option to leave. When Haaland leaves, this Manchester City is a perfect fix and already made team for a top striker like Osimhen to succeed in EPL.
Fantastic. Bravo Chalo, new contracting same. Victor Osimhen, what is your take on this new contract issues and matters arising?
One thing I will say about this Osimhen guy, okay, the Premier League is different from the Italian league. For me, I personally don't want him to come to the Premiership. Yeah, that won't help him. I think the Spanish,
the German league,
the French league, and all that, they can pay us
as much as the EPL.
The EPL spelling. So there's no need for him to, because I'm thinking he's coming to Chelsea. No, I will not advise him to come to Chelsea.
Okay, so as it stands now, if you were to sit with Osimhen's agent and they were asking for your final say on where Osimhen to move to, there is a Real Madrid, there's a Chelsea, there's a Man City, there's a PSG, there's probably even a Bayern Munich. Let's forward. What advice?
Barcelona.
There's a Barcelona too. What advice would you give Osimhen?
He'll be fit for PSG. There's not any club that will be fitting, because Real Madrid you are talking about, they need a very, very, very strong forward. No, not even Erling Haaland.
You think Haaland won't fit the Real Madrid?
No. Then when you buy Haaland, it means that you need a very strong midfielder.
Yeah.
Very, very strong midfield.
To be feeding him.
Yes. Who will move the ball forward. And then just two pass. That's all. And then you tap it. Apart from that, Haaland, he's not fit for Real Madrid.
Okay.
I think Osimhen is very, very fit for PSG, because PSG need a striker.
Hold that thought for me. Randall Colomwani and his agents will not be pleased hearing you say PSG need a striker. But then let's proceed. Moises Caicedo is in the trends. Caicedo, player ne boarding, player was sparking controversy, player to me be a new catcher Nigerian club say, Nigerian club. What team remember? My catcher Chelsea say me boy I'm a gentleman and I stand by my words. So this is what is happening. Caicedo is talking. Say right now, I'm not a real Moises, but I'm sure that I'm going to come back and I'm going to keep on succeeding. I'll give joy to Chelsea fans. I have been feeling bad with myself because I always want to win. I like how Pochettino is protecting me. Moises Caicedo, Chelsea bought a midfielder, but then as it stands now, Moises Caicedo had any motivational speaker.
Yeah, and he should be ashamed of the last sentence. I like how Pochettino is protecting me.
What any motivational speaker?
Your coach is protecting you. The team is not getting results, and you are happy that the coach is protecting you.
Fire mame.
You know, the painful side of Moises Caicedo's story is that you can blame him, partially, because at Brighton and Hove Albion, you will see a certain Roberto Di Zerbi and also under Graham Potter that they have creators like Pascal Gross who will bring in the goals. They have players, they had a creator in the person of Alexis McAllister, the engine of the midfield. Caicedo always being the distractor and also the destroyer in the midfield doing the dirty jobs. So they will win and you complement Caicedo. But in Chelsea, you pick him and fix him to a new puzzle, a new desert, where he don't even understand the telepathy and there's no cohesion between Caicedo, Enzo from Benfica, one hit in the World Cup. Put that one aside. Cole Palmer, a new guy who came in and Chelsea thought they met their Messiah. Christopher Nkunku is yet to kick the ball in the Premier League. You get a certain Mudryk who is still limping in his own career. You expect Caicedo to excel. The whole team is in shackles, and it seems it is not only Caicedo. But for him to come out and make it conspicuous, clear for everybody to see that he suffer. And even make the statement that he likes how Pochettino is protecting him, shows how the guy he
under the bus like Sancho.
He is downhearted. It's our cup form. You should just bounce back. We need Caicedo over 100 million player there. And yet Twitter and SSL Twitter. That be Boniface or Twitter baby crash goals. So what you say? So he should bounce back.
Same. So he should bounce back, Moises Caicedo. What are your thoughts, Barry Chado?
Caicedo.
Because the day Chelsea signed him, you were dancing.
Hold on. I'm still dancing.
You sure?
Yeah.
Which song?
Lonely at the top.
You
know what?
Okay, talk.
This is his first season.
Understandable.
Let's be patient, okay.
No preseason.
I know a player who had his first season bomb and then the second season
fantastic by standard.
So let's relax.
No, I don't think that was overhand.
One thing about Caicedo, the pressure is too much. The money issue.
And he played for Chelsea. The world most hated club.
Yes. And how
he wanted to reject
Charlie.
Mitchell Liverpool said, now
phone crap now beer.
The insult.
So the things go make you Charlie. It not go make you focus for the bottom. But I think maybe cancelling then some stuff, then things go make him go calm down. And next season, it go calm down and next season let's watch something.
Let's watch something. Hold on that thought then. Moises Caicedo, whatever you are going through, £150 million. It's not a figure that when you are being sold for, you expect the fans worldwide and the fans at Stamford Bridge to give you time. Rome was not built in a day. But with proper masons and proper cement, like Jata cement or Dangote cement, we can make an effort. We have seen what you gave for Brighton, what triggered Chelsea to come for you. So to ask us for time, it's like you asking Shatawale to go and do gospel and feature Esther Smith. Ain't see that. I'm not a magician. Moises Caicedo, you have to up your game. You have to lift your game. This has been a fantastic episode of VAR Sports Extra here on Studios 2 Television. Gentlemen, it's great having you around.
Thank you.
I always appreciate your effort into helping this show become a better one. And trust me, we are going to grow bigger and better together. Subscribe, turn the notification button on, tell a friend to tell a friend that if you want authentic and quality sports news, why are they talks if you don't want to change the thing? Keep it locked on here and know that better and greater things coming your way. Like I always tell you, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Remember to be a blessing in someone's life today. Stay blessed.